see your messages that have come through, and we will be reading them in quite a bit. But let's talk about the final story of the conversation, which is Mbegu yadhwriten. Tuma Mbegu yadhwriten. A statement, if you were a part of a Christian household, you probably heard way too much. Like if you had TV and your mother was a Christian, you probably heard this. Mbegu yadhwriten. Tuma Mbegu yadhwriten. And a lot of people would send money. And it's crazy that this went on for so long and people weren't actually asking themselves what is going on. And I have a whole story because we went to another church and one of these big reverends, when you wanna let me tell you, I was scammed by a pastor who is now very popular. I will not talk about that reverend, but you know, if you've been there, you know. Wow. And the results are usually the goddamn same. This preacher started off with nothing. They got a small congregation of people who believed in them, and they started preaching prophecies. They are a prophet. They can heal your whatever. You know, you come with whatever disease you have, you will be healed. As long as you come to the church, you tithe, you toa sandaka, your problems you'll be delivered. You'll be given some funny holy water or some funny anointed cloth, some raggedy bull like that, and somehow everyone was convinced and they were begging to go to church. Like I remember the queues. Oh my God, to see this reverend. Wow, reverend. Na uko tu hapo unaendesha maviet zako. Anyway, so they start from nothing. They find this congregation. They start making people pledge like their livelihoods, even like you are there queuing for hours just to be able to have a conversation with them, only for them to ask you for more money. And then suddenly they have a glow up. Suddenly they're not in that church pale BS up or downstairs. No, yo, kuna church. Hey, hapo ilikuwa next to the old Tuskies. Unajua Kenya nasema watu wanajua hii story. Anyway, they stopped going to that church. Suddenly they've opened a massive mega church somewhere else, and they are driving the best cars and they are living the best lifestyles, and then they tell you it's your fault because you have no faith. That was the story of Pst Kanyari, right? And he actually has confessed that it is true. He did take advantage of people. He did scam and con people because he says, I was broke. I was broke. And because people believed in me and my deliverance and my abilities and my priesthood from God, as they call themselves, then they chose to give me the money, right? They chose to accept my evangelical abilities, you know, my prophetic abilities, and they sent me money. But I really was broke, and it was helpful when I was broke, but now I'm good. And you know, I do admit that I may have conned people, which is like the most, I don't even know what this, I don't know what is leading to him professing this. He says, I was broke, poverty hit me hard. And he says that he did ask people to send this money, and when they did, he didn't say no to it. Yeah, but admittedly also says that there's something he said here. Years ago, when he faced these accusations, he said that he was staging miracles using potassium permanganate, a chemical that turns water purple. And this alleged trick he did this alleged trick and asked congregants to step into the water laced in the chemical to create an illusion of a disease being washed away through prayer. Some of these reverends are magicians. That's what they are. They really are talented magicians and tricksters. And if ever you go to someone asking for help, please pray for me. I have this and this and this and this problem. And they tell you, before I pray for you, before I lay my hands on you, the Lord is telling me you send me 1,500, which is what minilitishwa. 1,500 so that I can help you. Because my sister, I know you're going far. I know, I believe it, I see it.
Are you not far right now? Are you
Relax.
not far?
Nilikuwa far UK. UK. Can you see me in the UK? Anyway, and honestly, when you're like, I don't really have the money, please just pray for me, and so that I can be able to actually make this money, and they tell you something along the lines of, you go, let your faith help you find that money, and when you come back with that money, I shall pray for you, I shall intercede for you, Shandarababayoko. It's a scam. That's all I can tell you. When you ask someone for help and they ask you for money in exchange, that's called a scam. Come and shoot me if you want, is the truth. 0777293666. Have you experienced this, and what was the result?
At the end of the day, everybody is trying to make money.
Everybody trying to win.
The coin must be made. But we have to just look at the issue, the base issue here. When a group of people are really, what's the term?
Psychophantic.
No, not really.
It's psychophantic.
You know, like let's give first world countries, you know, where basic needs have been met. That is when they start indulging in other things like retreat yoga. I'm going to see a shaman so that I can ascend into the next level. You know, there's a next level to what they're practicing in the third world. But now in the first world, but now in the third world, huku mashinani, where a population is trying to feed themselves, is trying to get the next meal. When somebody comes in preaching prosperity ministry, where the Lord will give you something. You know, if you look at slum areas or very poor neighborhoods, how many churches are there?
Multiple.
Churches are more than shops. You know, hapa kanisa, huyu anapreach, huyu anapreach. So I just feel like at the end of the day, these are opportunists who took opportunity over niche that was there. People needed hope, and he sold them hope, and then he was like, why am I not making money out of this? And you know, he's not making money out of this. So me, I don't blame him. He was just a smart man who took advantage. And you know, he cannot say that he was broke because all of this was televised. The religion was televised. He was paying. He was content creating. The original content creators. Ukiwasha TV asubuhi, who are you
Mbegu 310 and TB Joshua. Wow,
exactly.
Emmanuel TV.
So now these people have the capacity to have this large audience. Pale chini kuna send money ya sadaka. So you know, you can't wake up one morning and say I was broke. No, you are not broke. You were just living on another level of lifestyle that you needed your congregations to provide for. So yeah, he was just a smart man.
No, but like,
who took advantage.
I agree with you, obviously, because of the poverty mentality within our country. A lot of us just want hope. And whenever someone preaches hope, prosperity gospel is usually a big one. Evangelistic and prophetic gospels are also very, very big. Because we all kind of want to know that at some point I will succeed. At some point, this will make sense to me. But my problem isn't that. My problem is like the fact that you can see someone is in a really bad way. Like someone is really, really poor. Like I have nothing. If I can't give you 1,500, what, you know what I mean? You want me to go and steal?
You can give me other things. As in, this is how cults
I'm just
formed.
saying it's really problematic when you take advantage of someone who's already destitute. And unfortunately, it is the poor people, it's the people who have nothing, including myself in that moment, that will seek hope. So why would I come to you and seek hope, and you tell me I give you back my fare, the Lord will deliver, the Lord will intervene, and the only result is that I will go home with no fare? That's not right. Is that right?
They should even study these people.
Isn't
because even when
it?
they're exposed. I was watching this documentary of cult leaders
and how they
even after they've been exposed, they've been taken to prison, they
People
make a comeback. They go to Las Vegas. And I was, you know, watching one of this where this cult leader had been convicted in prison for a mass murder that happened under his watch. And then he comes out of prison, he sets up this event, people show up, and then while he is preaching and motivating them, anatoa slides, anasema, now there are packages going for over $30,000. Let me tell you, we just need to study.
Is it not us who went to study them? I'm telling you, these big evangelists, they used to come, Akina Benny Hinn, Akina whoever. All these people have been accused of being scammers, taking advantage of the congregants, and we still go. And when that crop of them is ushered out of the society, a new version of them. I'm so tempted to mention her name. My God, it's just Inaniwasha. A new version of the same thing comes up, and we just keep getting scammed. We just keep
The way we
stay
study
vigilant.
serial killers should
We
be
should
the same
study
way
these-
we study these religious leaders.
And cult leaders.
As in, my auntie was a corporate babe in the 90s. Kalikuwa kamesoma. Corporate babe in the 90s. This girl left her job, her money, her everything, and followed a pastor to the Americas.
Kazi ni kwenda tu Katoloni kufast.
To date, she's just been hunted by ICE.
ICE. International.
Ila siku atarudi, sijui tutafanya nini. Sababu tulikula mali yake pia.
Let me tell you, just like be vigilant. I don't know. The message here in general is be aware of someone trying to take advantage of you. It's okay to want to seek God. It's okay to want to seek some form of religion, but be advised that when you see A plus B, the answer is always equals to C. So you can leave that church and join another one until you find one that works for you. I mean, miracle. Let's move. I feel like this conversation always triggers me so hard. It triggers me so hard.